Let's go now to Orlando, Florida, where, as you just heard from Jamie Rome, we're going to get a ton of rain, and rain is already pouring down. MSNBC correspondent Jesse Kirch joins me live. Jesse, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, Chris, we're seeing right now some of the strongest wind gusts we've seen in this part of the state of Florida. What I want to emphasize is people are watching what's going on behind me here with this rain pummeling this area of the state. This is still hours before the worst of Ian's impact is expected in this part of Florida, which should give you an idea of how powerful this storm is, that even in the northern bands, as we are getting the outer sweeps of Ian right now, this is already this bad. We are currently seeing some lightning. We just moved under a shelter to protect ourselves. It has largely just been rain and wind, and I am telling you that right now we are seeing the strongest gusts now, and they seem to be a little bit more sustained too. Earlier they were these little pops, but right now the winds are definitely picking up more consistently here in Orlando. As of 2 p.m., officials had said they did not want anyone left on the roads here. We did continue to see a couple cars, but largely the roads here have been ghost towns in the evening. They have opened more shelters here. We know of one that is at capacity here in Orange County. The major theme parks, Disney and Universal here, are shut down right now. We've talked with tourists who are here to go to the theme parks. They're obviously hunkering down at hotels. We talked to people who live in the area and went to shelters to seek safety, because one of the threats out here is the potential for tornadoes, tornado watches in the area. And again, all of this before Ian has even hit us, or near us, I should say, because we appear to be dodging the direct path of the storm at this point. But already outside of Ian's direct path, we've seen nearly a dozen potential tornadoes touch down in Florida. There have been some small airplanes tossed around, and all of that, again, I cannot stress this enough, outside of the direct path. And obviously there are people who have lost power in large numbers, people who may not have good cell phone communication right now on the west coast of Florida. So I don't think we're going to get a full scope, and people are locked down too. So I don't think we're going to know the full scope of the damage for hours, if not days, from some of these areas. But this should give you an idea of how bad it can get. This is in an area where the storm will have weakened when it reaches us at its full force in the hours to come. And it is still hours away. And already we're seeing this. And I can tell you just in the last 10 minutes or so, things have deteriorated rapidly here. Though thankfully at this point, Chris, we still have power. Cell phone communications are holding strong, and power outages in the area appear to be minimal. But at this point, as officials have warned throughout the day, wherever people are, they should be planning to bunker down. But the threat here isn't so much the wind. We're not looking at storm surge here. There will be gusts as high as 90 miles per hour. But the bigger concern here in the Orlando area is potentially more than 2 feet of rain, which could lead to flash flooding. And as we know from previous natural disasters we have covered, when flash flooding is in front of you, when you see that flooding coming, that potentially could be too late to get out of the way, Chris.